Hi, Greg Stanhope from Jarvis Products. Today we're going to be disassembling and assembling parts of a 423 sheep shear. We're going to start by, we're going to do the piston assembly first. I'm going to start by removing these air hoses. Just push in on the connector and pull out on the hose. And we're going to remove the snap ring on this pin. Pop the pin out. Be very careful of the blades, they're very sharp. I'm going to do the same with this end. The snap ring off. And then just slide that off of the frame. Set that aside. See, to take this, you have to take this end of the plate off. You have to do it in the vise. I'm gonna put these two flats in the jaws. Secure any type of bar that'll fit through the holes. And you just unscrew the threads, and it should lift right off. There's no seals inside of this part. All the sealing is done on the piston and the top cover. Now to take the yoke off, put that in the vise. And just unloosen that. And we slide the top cover off. And there's seals inside of here. You just take a screwdriver or you can even pull them out by hand. I'm not going to pull them out because I don't want to ruin them. This one is the wiper seal. The internal one that's in the second ring is actually a U-cup with the U facing into the cylinder. I don't know if you can see it. It's down inside. But that faces, the open side faces down into the cylinder. There's also a bumper on here that goes, a bumper to keep, when the things come together, it keeps them from mashing into the metal. That's just a simple, goes into the slot. The piston, the seal here on the bottom can only go one way and be operational. The cup of the seal has to face the bottom of the piston. This is just like a wear ring. It just snaps into the groove. That could go either. Can go either way. That one. And then to put it back together. Just slide the piston into the top cover. Loctite on, red Loctite on the piston. Screw that back onto the yoke. Tighten it down. Make sure everything moves like correctly. You can start this together by hand. Just put some grease on the cylinders, some grease on the threads. Line it back up, and slide it back together. There's one thing you have to watch out for is the O-ring on the top of on the cover. Sometimes it tends to want to work its way out as you're tightening it up. Just have to make sure that it stays in place. Get back in the vise. Snug it up. Just make sure the O-ring, if it was going to pop out, it would pop out right around this edge. Okay, we're going to be removing the top valve cover hanger assembly. And that will just slide. And it slides out. You have 3 O-rings. 4 O-rings. Small one goes here. And you have this valve can go onto here both ways, but there's only one way that's correct, because these holes won't line up to the O-rings in the bottom if this is spun around the other way. So you have to be careful about that. It won't hurt anything, it just won't work. It will go together, it just won't work. And you have the 2 mufflers on the side. So put that back together. Just make sure your O-rings are good. Just line up the 2 pins. And then put those bolts back together with a little red Loctite. Well, make sure they're all snug. And you're good to go. And we're going to flip this back over. I'm going to reassemble the cylinder. Line it up, pop the pin in. Put the snap ring back on. And then we're going to put the front one back on. Be careful of the blades. Just line it up with the yoke. Pin goes in from the back side. And reinstall the snap ring on the small pin. Now reconnect the hoses. Let's see, make sure I get them in the right one. This one here will go here. And this one will go there. That's pretty much it for the putting the cylinder back on the 423.